It's supposed to be live. Let me see if this is actually working or not. Whew. I have to say, this has been a really tiring day. And I'll explain very brief, not briefly, but in a few seconds. Let me just make sure this is working. Oh, man. All right. Good. Whew. So, usually on most Saturdays, I have a fairly basic routine. I try to, for the most part, so this is usually how it goes without any type of special exceptions. I get up in the morning, or stay up from Friday until Saturday morning. Um, Record 3, 4 videos so I can put up during the week, and then um, go for errands when I wake up. So today I woke up later than I usually do, and I instantly had to go to this person's house for some activities that were out of loop. Let's just say that someone did something that was stupid, and I accompanied this other person who was trying to rectify it. So when we were coming back from there, one would say, "Oh, this is great. That's all we have to be worried about, or rather, that's all that usually would be something we would be concerned over." But because I've mentioned before that a lot of I don't know that isn't able to comment. What? Well, you're Be Still. You should be able to. Okay, I'll look into that. Remember, Be Still. I have uh, 4 mods, so it's possible that one of them might have messed with you. Probably. I'm not going to name names, but one of them theoretically could have done something that could have caused that. I'll look into it because I can see who's on the list. Anyways, not to divert from the story. Um, this past, I think it was Wednesday, another person deleted, not deleted. What am I talking about? I have a washing machine, and this other person put some enormous thing in there, and it broke it. And I mentioned a lot of times that um, the people around us influence just our daily activities. I was able to get another relative of mine who's very nice to, wash the stuff. But because they don't exactly live next door or right next to me, it takes about maybe 30, 40 minutes to get to where they are. So that's like 2 hours of my day that were just like gone. I could have had if this other person didn't break the thing. So I'm just saying, there's been a lot of activities that have occurred, and it sucks because I was trying to do the I didn't get to do my morning vids where I record some stuff in the morning, and then I also didn't get to record the parts of me on camera for the upcoming exciting Corbin documentary that everyone is looking so forward to, and there's a bunch of confetti and streamers and things of that nature going on. Yeah, they blew my stuff up with all these little dumb decisions they made. And I guess what kills me is that, like, you literally lost um, what, a 12th of your day because someone put some enormous thing in a little square. Like, just a little thing like that can just mess up people's time and whatnot. But it is what it is. We don't have our usual crowd because they probably thought I did this earlier or something. I don't know. People sometimes show up, sometimes don't. I told them that one of the most infrequent things about streaming is sometimes you get 14 people, then it'll be four. It's so inconsistent. That's part of the reason why I decided to even do live shows in the first place, because there was a stipulated time that one could say or put out, and then you could just usually have people know, oh, on Saturday this person streams at such and such time. It doesn't look like there's much of a difference. I mean, they just disappear. I remember I had this one guy come here. He's like, "I haven't been on your channel in a year." That's certainly not because I stopped making stuff. You just decided not to show up for a year. It's really crazy too because a lot of times I kind of accept the fact you can't really monitor everyone's stuff on a daily basis. So I generally will go through a subscriptions. So one person's stuff for let's say a week, just watch all of it back like a little marathon, and then after that, usually just go check out someone else. And I'm just saying that because a lot of people pretend like, oh my god, this person has a video a day. I'll never be able to stop this. I remember this one guy was like, oh, every video you do is 50 minutes in an hour. It's like, well, you know that most of the uploads are under 10 minutes, right? Apparently not. You didn't realize that. Yeah, another moniker that someone created. I mean, I don't even people fuse topics and stuff all the time. It's like that one guy that was what game was he playing? It was some fighting game, and I was watching it because it's supposed to be good or whatever. And then all of a sudden, he started talking about the news, and I was like, yeah, I'm out. Yeah, but to pretend as if someone exclusively makes long videos as an excuse for why you can't watch their stuff is really insane. I actually can only think of one person who does that. Um, Everybody else usually just puts up little small stuff for the most part. Like even with TYT, someone says, I can't watch them every day. Well, you can check out the clip here and there. Since they cut up the streams into multiple pieces. That's why they have so many videos. They take the stream, and then after it's finished processing, they cut out individual parts of it and put it up for that day. So if they stream for 2 or 3 hours, that's like 10, 11, 12, 13 videos. Trump told that Republicans that Obama was going to start a war against Iran before he decided to run for president. Yeah, isn't there a tweet like that in his past that probably is now more relevant given what just recently occurred? I realized watching for hours like watching a movie. Well, that's why I told that guy. He said, I can't watch this 12-minute video. It's like, but you can watch hours long movie. In a lot of cases, movies you don't even like. I even had one person try to defend it. It sucked too because the person that defended this comment actually was someone I liked. It's like, come on, don't do that. Don't try to defend that person. There are several Trump tweets warning us that Obama wanted a war in Iran. Isn't there I don't know if you remember this one, Ruben. It's after he took office. There's a tweet where it's a bunch of cap locks letters, and he's like, "You better never mess with the U.S. again." And it's really weird because it's not like the other tweets where it's kind of goofy, but it was this really disturbing sprawl of words, all capitalized. I don't know if you remember that one. And I had this one guy who was like, oh my God, this means we're going to go to war. No, it's not. It's just more stupid stuff being said online. Sure enough, we did not go to war. So my prediction was correct. All the little different news. I didn't get to look at any of this. That's horrible. Oh yeah, next week I'm gonna try to make a video on why I don't like Discord, because there's a lot of hidden history of me. Like I've been on there since I think 2017. So there's about 2 years of just weird stuff that occurs on there that I've mentioned it in the past in little different segments and whatnot, but I usually don't just take all the screenshots and put them all together. So it's the Discord expose and also the what's the other one? This one and this chick that is going to show up. Yeah, Envoy, I apologize for being late, but it was a hectic day that just from the time I woke up this morning to now has all this stuff going on. I got to a point where I started writing this one documentary in the car, and by the time we returned home, I had like I think 3 or 4 paragraphs of it. Well, again, I usually I think I've only canceled one live show since I started doing them. Usually, if I'm late, I just proceed. So that's not really a big enormous feat. Oh my God, I can't believe he showed up late. He always does that. It's always some small little window of time from like I got home about maybe 20 minutes ago. Also, Ruben, I don't know if you're earlier. You have to excuse me. I'm so tired with no chair. The Giuliani, not Giuliani. Well, yeah, that also, but the Corbyn one will come out either next week or the week after that. Where this little boy who cries wolf thing is ending. I have most of the script. I just need to record my parts of it and edit, and that'll be it. Grab the little clips I like. It's funny that chair actually is there, but this space is not big enough to put it in. Or rather, even if I was able to stick it in here, I'd have to. It would be like this. So I probably won't use it. That's really bright. Yeah, but yeah, when I understand where it can get kind of annoying waiting for some video week after week. I've also started on the Giuliani one, which is supposed to take place from the beginning of his life all the way up until 9/11. That's going to be a trilogy. And we'll go from there. Because I realized when I was trying to make one on him that you can't. What's a good example? There's too much stuff that's happened to have that be one video by itself. Israel is praising Trump for killing the Iranian general, including several of Netanyahu's opposition. Well, if I remember correctly, the party that went against Netanyahu is right wing as well. So, are we really too surprised by that? Have you seen the mass hysteria relating to? Oh, I'm just now looking forward to seeing it. Your comment, Envoy. Yeah, I don't. They're losing their minds for no reason. We've killed all kinds of people and haven't had World War III. Hell, there were people who are calling Iraq and the ISIS conflict World War III. They throw that term out all the time. So it's not a really big deal to me. Let's see here. Where'd I even go to get that comment? I'm trying to see what happened to this guy's account. Hope I'm not going to have a talk with my mods. Settings, community. Click that button over and over again. I don't see his account in here. So that's so many people blocked. I mean, this is probably like if I had a view for every person that's blocked, I'd probably have like 500 views per video. Social media blows things out of proportion. Yeah, but it's not. Some things just aren't necessary. Like it's really dangerous if every time someone fires a bullet, oh my God, it's World War III. It's like it's World War III now because we're screwing with Iran, but it wasn't World War III when we were bombing 7 countries. Where is this channel? I don't paste the channel URL to add as an approved user. Um, do I have his URL in here? I don't think I would. Yeah, I don't have it in there. Someone really made an account called Sanji. People just love those One Piece characters. All right, well, I don't see it in here. I'll probably have to go and dig for it later. I guess they didn't like. Oh, was that the last one you left before it disappeared or whatever? Everyone was saying Russia was going to start something, and then it was North Korea, but nothing materialized. Now, that was what we said about Trump's tenure. That every year they pick a different country to start screwing with. His first year was North Korea. Remember, Rocket Man is on a suicide mission. The UN speech from 2 years ago, and then Iran with that weird tweet, and then or rather Syria and then Iran, and they just like keep flipping back and forth because they tried to have that peace summit in Vietnam, and all those little stupid neoliberals were on there talking about you're just now going to Vietnam, draft dodger, ha 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 ha. Like, man, you would have dodged too. No one wants to die in some stupid conflict. But yeah, that meeting didn't turn out to be anything worth the piss, and then right back to not liking each other. Can't comment. Whoever made your other account not able to appear cheated me out of some coins. I'm even angrier now. One thing that's weird, if that's the last one that got removed, it should be at the bottom of here. Not the bottom of here. It should be the newest one to appear. And I do not see it in here. Wait, was it still called Be Still or was it something else? Oh, I love this. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Discard changes, cancel, save changes. Or you should be able to comment from it. I don't think there was anyone trying to get rid of you because they would have gotten rid of the other account as well. Vietnam draft dodger. Yeah. That's why I don't understand about these people. They always use someone draft dodging when they don't like them as if. And look, I know this might seem sexist, but I don't really care. I especially don't like it when it's chicks saying that because it's like, look at me with my wonderful vagina. I'll never have to sign up for selective service or ever have to worry about that in any time period. So I told you, man, the broads don't. They get away with everything. You to talk all this trash about conflicts they never would have had to be in the same predicament over. Let's see, unless it's $3 or more. Oh, that's a new rule. Yeah, I've never seen that one before. Dodging out of everything. Hey, Music Fiend, who authorized you to swear? I want to know. Which mod granted you that status? We want to be made aware of who allowed you to do such a thing. It's not a real moderator. We have four of them, and two of them are here. So that means 50% of the moderator caucus is currently in the chat, and we're trying to figure out which one decided that you could swear and you could speak so foully to me and the rest of these people. But you said stuff about him in the past, and you didn't get yanked. So you must have said something really foul. I mean, I haven't checked my channel comments since the end of last year. I usually, if I see them, it's when I just scroll down or look. So I guess we'll never find out who decided to yank one account. If I did, I would have banned the other one too. we know about all the alt accounts. It's like, hey, it's me. I'm on another account. Bye. I remember that I mentioned with the that brought a documentary on where she got first she got banned on Twitter, then she had her email. No, she had her number blocked, and then she had her email blocked, and she still kept trying to find ways to contact me. Like, why are you doing this? I don't want to be your friend. Go away. Let's see here. I hope Ruben isn't so upset with me. I've tried very hard to do these various creations of mine.
Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
Apologize for the interruption. We had a another reason why the Motel Saga was such a great endeavor. I remember the biggest scandal from over there was this one guy that was like, "You have beeping in the background." There was actually someone complaining about the noise of another person that was in the neighborhood or something, as if I'm supposed to step out of the room, search through the neighborhood, and grab this person by the neck and demand that they turn their beeping off so I can stream. It makes a lot of sense. But I told you, whenever you're a content creator, you get blamed for everything. So random noises that are out of my control, I'll get blamed for. It's all good. Chicks that can't make up their minds about if they want to get with someone or talk to them at all, you get blamed for that too. Like, everything is just so slanted against dudes at this point. It's really insane. happened to Envoy? He just disappeared. I guess after we found out he banned Be Still, he decided to withdraw. He said, "This isn't my day to show up." He left in disgrace. Oh, I was trying to say earlier I was going to do a better, because the other one was Rust, a better documentary on another chick, which was the one that wrote the Dear John letter, and 2 weeks after talking all this cash about, you look this and and all that nonsense. Isn't it real late here? Yeah, well, what time is over there, Megumi? It's 7 over here. Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be my nickname for the Dear John letter writer, because every time you talk to her, she's trying to end something, and I'm glad Discord didn't have a voicemail. She would have tried to leave a Dear John message. It's not you, it's me. You deserve better. So she'll probably get one mail on her as well. I've got all the messages. I have a full recollection of the goofy events. It'll be perfect. I might even write out a script. I might say on November, whatever, this person decided to message me. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Gumi needs his beauty sleep so he can, get a bunch of chicks to miraculously discover him after years of ignoring them. Remember, that's what they said. One of these days, when you get this X amount of wealth, or this car, or this shirt, all of these chicks who didn't pay any attention to you will suddenly spring up, and you'll be able to do everything you wanted to do for years when they were ignoring you. It's all gonna occur. Just give it time. And then year after year passes, and they're still singing that scam song. Iraq wants to ban the entire U.S. embassy in response to what Trump has done to them. Yeah, I was going to do before all this stuff happened, I wanted to do just a complete reaction video to it, because I was going to have all the progressives talking about it. And I was going to have what McConnell said. He had a whole 5-6 minute speech talking about, I am so happy that this man has been murdered, and here's why. And I was going to put all those together, but I ran out of time. But didn't Venezuela do the same thing where they got rid of the U.S. embassy, or they told them they had to leave in 3 days when that little coup that we tried to do, was occurring? Funny you bring it up. I was just watching a YouTuber talk about that. It always boggles me how the U.S. embassy has embassy everywhere, always meddling in others' affairs. Well, Envoy, we're bombing 7 countries. We have troops in over 100 different countries. We are literally like the military equivalent of AIDS. Like, most of the countries can deal with us, and in the 7 that we're bombing, we're like the rotting cancer that's just screwing with all of them. That'd be funny if I ran for the House or Senate, and then someone cuts that clip out and they're like, a couple of days into 2020, this candidate said this about the U.S.'s military. And I'd say, yep, I agree. Yeah, we are. Everywhere we go, we infect them, and they can never get rid of us. The U.S. military is a hoe. Like the collective body, not the people who serve, is a hoe, because it's in everybody. Act like America is so innocent, yeah. I don't know who they think they're fooling. Well, we know they're fooling people that don't pay attention. Like, I had a very close relative just a few days ago saying, because I was saying I was going to vote for Sanders in the California primary. They're like, what's wrong with Biden? And I just didn't even respond. So, I'm not even going to try to influence you because you don't pay any attention to this stuff. You can have fun. Yeah, we're gonna find out which one of these mods banned this longtime ally of mine, and we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Look a little guilty, Envoy. I can see your hands are sweating there. You know, people want to act like America is so innocent, but you shouldn't act like you're so innocent. You both have some dirty deeds in your past. As recently as a few days ago, or whenever he got hit. Yeah, I'm really upset with not being able to record this stuff, because now we have to do it tonight, or we have to do it this morning, and I just a lot of people seem shocked after discovering a foundation for men's health issues. Well, that's because I mean, nobody cares about men. Like if you're a male, once you hit 18, they completely throw you. Actually, it occurs a little bit before that, but you know, that's the furthest you can go before you get treated just like any other random piece of trash. I haven't looked at the statistic for the homeless dudes, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 3 to 1 or 4 to 1 or some other, you know, outlandish gap. Yeah, Ruben won't even write anything anymore. He's so upset over that documentary. He's like, where's that damn thing? I've been waiting for weeks. This really is like the dog ate my homework now. I'm just gonna find a different excuse every week. We got a whole backlog of those too. That's the screwed up part. Where it's like you want this, you gotta get this one done. You gotta do the Stein one. We have to do the McConnell one. Then some of the other presidents eventually, at some point or another. So we're just sitting here in limbo. That'd be funny if, like, for a whole week, I just didn't even upload any regular videos, just put documentaries. And it would be random stuff, like you get one on a sports player, and then another one on a serial killer, just all kind of random people. And the chat is deceased. No one wants to say anything. I knew I should have streamed at 6 from my car. I'm just picturing it's like I'm in the market, which is where I was at 6 when I'm usually supposed to start the live show. And I'm like, I got to make sure I get these views. Let me turn my camera on. Hey guys, I'm just picking up my milk. And you can hear me rushing to get out of there, and all these people in the background. I'm holding the camera up, and then in the background, because I have the camera up to my face, or looking inwardly, you have people making the peace sign and giving the finger, trying to do whatever they can to be entertaining in the background. I tell you, those numbers always fluctuate. They go from 4 to 6 to 5 to 7. We're gonna have somebody else just, and they always do the same thing. Just come in there and they look around and then they disappear. So give it like a minute or less, and they'll go out of here too. Because they are. There's actually a user who, I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to be attached to them, but they're at a little bit over 9,000 subs, and they were talking about the fact that what's Megumi saying damn for? I want to know. But they were talking about the fact that they went from being at 8,000 at the start of last year, or rather, 7,000. So they got 2,000 subs over the past year. And I thought this was really impressive because, I've been sitting at a little bit after over 2,000 for a very, very long time. It's like a Star Wars movie. And they said that they didn't think they were getting anywhere. It's a waste of time to even try to make this some kind of professional thing, or to even attempted whatsoever. And I was, kind of, because I don't like to the hopeless kind of talk, especially when it has to do with career-based things. But it undercuts the fact that a lot of times, if I feel a certain way, there's someone who's done better that still feels the exact same way. Um, so if I get upset and say this isn't going anywhere because last year I had 2,000, this year I have 2,000, and someone else gets over 2,000 in just a year, they get like I don't know, a third increase, 30% increase of subs, and they're saying the exact same thing. It underscores my point that you have people who are even doing much better that still say, yeah, this isn't even worth bothering with. There's actually a user who is in the progressive media, and they're someone that I like some of their content. They're not my favorite person, but they started talking about the news and being a progressive commentator, all that stuff, right? Almost exactly 1 year after I did, and it was really comedic because one of the arguments I heard from people was, "Oh, well, if you compare yourself to this person, they started 10 years ago and they started whatever." It's like, no, that's true. I'm pretty sure you'd have a much higher increase if you were a female. Oh, yeah, of course. We always talk about that. I should do a video like if I had a vagina or something, and then have like just a random drawing of boobs in the thumbnail. Because I've looked at some of I told you, matter of fact, there was a person, a reaction channel who I complained about them about maybe 3 or 4 months ago at the least. So it's months ago I complained about them. They have 3,000 patron followers, running a channel where all they do is to someone else's stuff. And I couldn't quite fathom how they could get so many people to watch them do something that required, I'm sorry, because I've actually seen people cover shows where they give a review, they give some kind of critical analysis, nothing having to do with their brain, just sit there going, ooh, oh, I couldn't believe it. But then I said, oh, wait, it's a chick. It makes sense. And I actually remember that when I brought that up last time, Ruben had said that he made mention of some guy that did the same thing. I don't know too much about that user. I forgot their name, but I'm very, very confident that this person that he's mentioning, not the one right now, but the other one that you mentioned before, Ruben, I guarantee you they don't have a Patreon with 3,000 plus people on there paying for them to go. I mean, it was the most insane thing in the world. But that's why I said I live in the Twilight Zone. She sucks. Hey, we're gonna imagine we have a beef with her where she makes a video and she's like, I was watching one of my favorite little known political commentators when all of a sudden my name was brought up by one of the people in his chat, and now there's a beef now because Ruben said something in my chat about somebody I didn't even know anything about. It's like, he didn't delete the message about me. This means war. And the thumbnail is like a picture of me with like someone drew some tears on my face, like crying. That's what they call this. Oh my! I'm just imagining that. Then every time I do a stream, you have like 20 people. Why did you allow Ruben to say this about this person? How could you let him say this about her? Have you no decency, sir? We're gonna take a McCarthy quote. Oh man. Megumi says, yeah, for real. Megumi's probably like, I could just picture him going, his eyes just twinkling back and forth. He's half asleep. He's like, why did I stay up to 3 for this? It's not even worth it. I should just lay down right now. I feel so bad for Megumi. He's over there regretting his decision to check out this stream. Whew. Ow. My own blinds don't like me. That's why I can't keep more than, we call it, 5 or 6 people, because my own blinds don't like me. Yeah, there was all those little tribute videos. I had never heard of him before he died, and then that's why I said that, death in the limelight, because I always make the point that if someone is truly a notable individual, and you're not a follower of that medium, you would still know who they are. I don't follow music hardly ever, but I know who Beyonce is, for example. Just, certain people. I don't follow sports. I know who Kobe is. These are just very basic characters to know because they get mentioned over and over again. So when people go, oh, it's because you don't follow this. Like, yeah, but again, when you're on top, people know who you are. Same thing with politics. You become president, people know who you are. If you become senator, people know who you are. Mayor of New York or LA, just Chicago. I have to take you, go there and watch some middle-aged woman dressed like, and I'm shut up. Imagine I have a beef with her and have like a bunch of like a million. I put the likes back and there's like a million down. I'm not even gonna bother saying that some people are too large to even comment on. I usually just keep it to I don't check this stuff out because it's not my taste. Don't even say anything. Whew. Is de Blasio going to endorse Bloomberg or Biden? No, de Blasio came out really strong against, relatively speaking, against Bloomberg because he said something to the effect of, I've had to spend my tenure fixing his mess. So he's not, I don't see him doing it. I think Hill would have to freeze over first. Yeah, Biden, he might, though. That's a lot more. Oh, yeah, I remember that clip. Oh, the Rage one? Oh, yeah. The thing is, I don't play it anymore because literally every single time I stream, people are around. When I play it, no one's around. That thing is so loud. And I'm about 99% sure that I can't. It's maybe 20 seconds long. I can't play that without someone going, what are you doing? Turn that down. So I can't. But I still have it. I can click it right now and put it on. But if you heard it would be at like room volume or something or some little itty bitty, it hasn't gone anywhere. I can't use it because I'm never allowed to based off of who's here and who's not. But when I was at the motel, I didn't play it because, like I said, the internet on my phone is better, and it's on the computer, so I'd have to take the computer and then play it on there. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, Envoy. I can't play it. If it means that much to you, go jump off a bridge, go buy you a ticket. I remember. I have it right here. Can't use it because of other people's intervention. That's the wonder of being around others. I like how there's always a new problem. Like over here, you can't play it because it's loud and people are around. Then if you play the no, it's a part of someone's stream that I cut out. So it's not actually a YouTube video. What ended up happening was that this guy did a stream December of the year before last, and a guy that he was not friendly with, or rather was upset with him, took the stream, cut out that piece, and stuck it at the end of his own video. So I was really amused by this. Went and found the original one that it was in, and ever since then, play it whenever I try to end the stream. But yeah, it's not an actual video. It's part of a much larger. And I actually, now that I think about it, the guy took the stream that it was in is gone now. Because the person deleted their whole channel. So, or whether they deleted all their videos, I shouldn't say that. They privated all of them. I'm just saying that's where that came from. Yeah, that stream is gone, but that clip is still live and well on my computer. So we still have that part. Yeah, I'll probably I'll put all the different like edited projects on a little board, and then I'll decide from there where I want to, like, what order I want to put them in. Ruben's gone like the wind again. Yeah, he disappeared. He asked that question, and then that was the end of the press conference. I can just picture reporters actually doing that. They ask some politician a question, they answer it, and they just leave. They just flee. They disappear, fly the coop. How was your New Year's? Did you visit? It was pretty much like any other day, except online people were celebrating. New Year's Eve was a complete mess. That was a train wreck if I've ever seen one. The amount of betrayal and backstabbing I probably won't be able to discuss on here for many years. It was really insane. I was like, what a way to end a relatively crappy year with something just absolutely chaotic. Yeah, I actually had made I don't want to say a resolution, but I had this project I mentioned where this voice actor had stabbed me in the back, and I decided I was going to do their parts because I just can't keep having things sit there and not finish. The chicks around me can act stupid and be dumb, but they can't make me do that. So I'll come up with a thing by myself. And I mentioned before, they pre-recorded some stuff. I'm not going to use any of it because I don't want to hear that traitor's voice. So it'll get put out without that person involved. I mean, I don't get people, and that's why I said that I kind of have a bit of a reluctance to get involved with a lot of these characters, because we're talking about a broad who, in their last message to me on Discord, put it was like a heart or a kiss emoji or something that denotes liking that person. And after that, we didn't speak, just out of not really having anything much to say to each other because the thing was still not being finished. And then I one day wake up and I'm unfriended by them after, well, however long it's been since they did that. I ask them casually, hey, what happened? And I get blocked. That's why I told you, I really don't like a lot of my contemporaries because they do stupid stuff like that. Like, you don't even have to do something to someone just for them to be pissed off for no reason. So, whatever, if they want to be a prick, hey, they can screw themselves over. Personally, I don't understand why someone is so cowardly that they can't just say, I don't want to do this thing anymore. They have to hide behind block buttons. Like, I'm so big and powerful that I'm gonna rape you through the computer. It's just so stupid, man. And they always talk about this person's not being a man. They're not acting manly. Well, how is it womanly to run away? Like, how as an adult, right? Because all these people are adults. How are they being an adult to sign up for something and then quit before it's finished? And then not even with the person who gives them multiple extensions to do lines, no less, and then not even be man or whatever they have between their legs enough to say, I just don't want to do this anymore. I can't tell you how many different VAs I've had to go and message over and over again to hear, I just don't want to do then say it. These people must think I'm like the new Jesus or something. I can strike them down from the internet. I've never been involved with anything where I didn't tell the people that were my higher ups, I don't want to do this anymore. I've never had that before. And I don't understand how you're that scared of some person online. But again, people are weird. They do things that I don't quite comprehend. But the other flip side of that is since we're not all the same, that means yeah, Jesus doesn't. That means those of us who are serious about doing things like a project, like a video, whatever, are actually going to do it. And those that never meant to do it are just going to keep on wasting time and not actually getting it done. Like I said a few minutes ago, they can make all these chicks indecisive and unable to commit to things, but they sure as hell can't make me do that. And that's all that matters. So you got the guy who edits all of it, draws all of it, writes all of it, willing to do it, and then because some bimbo doesn't want to sit there and read a piece of paper, it's over. Hell no. Either get another one or do it yourself. And at this point, I just don't care anymore. I'll be nice to ones who stick with it for a while, and because I am a admittedly still understanding person. I've had voice actors who, as long as they communicate and state when they can or can't do something, or kind of give me like an estimate, I can work with that. But all that little disappearance stuff, like Jimmy Hoffa, you can go join the Teamsters and quit the project, and I'll be fine with it. We can transfer you from the thing I'm making to the current Teamsters union. And the Ferris wheel keeps on spinning. Hey, well, it's going to be like that for the chick stuff, but for this project stuff, no, hey, I wear too many hats for them to have any huge, major impact, major lasting impact. Rather, it's more of a derailment at that point. Oh, this person quit. Oh, I guess I have to find somebody else. But remember, if you're doing a project where you're doing all the editing and writing and just everything that's not the voices, they don't have that big of an impact, or they shouldn't have it. No, you call them Hoffa. They're the ones disappearing, vanishing without a trace. Hey, for my next time I put up one of those like things, I ask for people to do it. I feel like you can either sign up for this and do the whole thing, get extensions by me when you're unable to do it, or you can sign up and quit a little bit afterward and then disappear like Natalie Holloway. A cult hero. He's another one of those characters that actually did a bunch of stuff, but only because it's like with the Nixon thing where he resigned, so let's only talk about that ever. Same thing with Hoffa, where he disappeared, so let's make that the main thing we discuss with him. What fun. Yeah, man, I've really had to. I'm probably going to end up writing this down somewhere. I've had to really adjust the way I do projects because of these VAs. I had one of them who went out of the country about 2 years ago, and so they requested that I write out a bunch of scripts for that so they could record it and then leave and then come back and do the rest of it. I wrote out about maybe 8 or 9 of these. They did 2 of them, and they disappeared. And then when they came back, they wouldn't even try to get their thing back. But see, that's the kind of stuff I'm okay with doing if the person holds themselves up to the end of their bargain. And they could have done 7 of them. They could have done 8 of them. They could have done 6. I wouldn't have complained. But 2 out of 9, unforgivable. Oh my God, it's so hard to read a piece of paper. No, it's not. You're just lazy. Oh. All right. Do we have any other comments, questions, concerns, theories, speculation, thoughts? Because it looks like people are basically falling asleep at this point. Oh, what an aggravating day. It's probably been the most annoying since the 31st. Oh, what do you want to say, Ruben? I'll wait. I'll stop the presses. Wait for you to convey your thoughts and your position. Well, I would like to hear your upcoming thoughts on. I would like to know your thoughts on politics this upcoming decade. Well, if everything goes well, we'll get. What do you see happening to America in this decade? They'll probably start another forever war rather, because that's been the only thing I can give Trump credit for when it comes to international issues. Uh, you know, no further conflicts haven't started. The problem is all the ones that we had under Obama have continued. But if it goes well, or goes the way I intend for it to go, then we'll get Sanders as president, and then I'll run for the House a few years after that, and then we'll get some other progressive person to run after that for president, and then we can get some other people of the same ideology to try to run for some more congressional seats. Yeah, that House race, I'm really I'm contemplating. I just have to be assured that there's a because I just can't stand my congressperson, man. They're so just bleh, taking measures to prevent the Donald from starting yet another war. Yeah, the Venezuela thing is the only conflict I've seen in my lifetime where, as it was starting up, Americans were actually smart. They said, hey, this looks like a coup. This is stupid. And it didn't matter how much of this that people did. It didn't work. They wouldn't get enough people to support it. Now, they were able to trick people with that Syria thing. Oh, my God, Trump is so bad for pulling out of Syria. He did it so irresponsibly. Well, when did you want to get out of there? He did it so irresponsibly. Well, when did you want to leave? They never can tell you because they didn't intend to ever leave. Let's see what else is here. This upcoming decade, it's so magically different from 4 days ago. Always over here trying to troll me. Okay. Any further comments, questions, theories, concerns? Because, like I said, I do understand the fact that people have things they're doing outside of this, but I'm still going to try to offer up as much content as I can. And I'm taking a lot of pride in the Giuliani one, along with the McConnell one, because a lot of times people accuse those of us that dabble in historical stuff. I've seen a couple of people who say, "You got that off of Wikipedia." For the McConnell one, I had to go on Senate.gov, pick out whatever votes he had that I thought were important, then go to C-SPAN, dig through their hundreds of videos about him, pick out whichever ones I thought were important. I had to do a lot more than just go to one website and read, because his page is just stuff from the Obama era and to the present. Basically, there's very little stuff having to do with his career prior to becoming the Republican leader in the Senate. Trump said during late 2015 that Sheldon Adelson was funding. I'm pretty sure he was. And we don't call him Rubio here, we call him Marco Robato. The next Romney's failed running mate / the failed presidential nominee after Bush got out. Yeah, envoy, of course. Well, no, I don't. You might have a different. I was going to do a documentary on him, that was going to break down his tenure and explain the fact that a lot of the things I think you might be getting that mixed up with because the documentaries are a way for me to state facts, but also convey my opinions on those facts. Is also funding Trump's campaign too. Oh, and yeah. I mean, Ruben, anyone who still thinks Trump's not bought out is an idiot. 30 million from the NRA. What was it, $100 billion deal in Saudi Arabia? I mean, give me a break. But I told you, his supporters, they don't fake news, right? Facts don't matter. And then remember, the press is the enemy of the people. Have you vetted your nominees? Well, I expect you guys to do it, but I thought we were the enemy of the people. Oh, but you remember that where he said the press is the enemy of the people, but then he also stated at some other point that he expects the press to vet his nominees for him, to like dig into their background. So if they're fake news and they can't be trusted and they're the enemy of the people, why are they the ones who are, like of all the comments he's made, those are the ones people should actually pay attention. Like all this stuff about he called this person ugly, whatever, but those are direct flip-flop contradictory things that are happening a few years apart from each other. One mainstream media list of most of, oh yeah, I saw it. I wanted to vomit. It's like we have no men worth admiring we have to. It just has more to do with the title, Ruben. It's really about it's like, oh, all admired men, the top two are presidents. Yeah, that's just a coincidence. The most admired men are a guy that bombed 7 countries and the guy that continued that while being able to run for office because his dad worked his butt off. Only in America. So does anyone have anything left to say? Because I do want to record this other stuff after this. All those lights. All right, well, Ruben, I hope you enjoy the rest of your night along with Envoy. Not together, obviously, just a little general comment. I'm gonna see if I can put together the editing for the Corbin documentary, and I'm also starting the Giuliani one. As I told you, that one and the McConnell one are gonna be broke up into 3 parts as a trilogy because there's just too much stuff with both of them to have it be one video. So hopefully I'll be able to either put both of those out this week or next week, depending on how well things go. What the hell? Music theme. All right, well, thank you for showing up. I apologize for the lateness of the stream. But like I said, when I commit to something, I commit to it. So, I have no problem with sitting here for an hour plus if it means actually doing what I said I was going to do, which is stream on Saturdays at some point in the afternoon or evening, even if I come a little later than usual. So I appreciate it. I'll stream tomorrow and Monday, and then the usual routine of putting up stuff between then will occur. Thank you.